We're at the farm show here with Secretary Greig and talking about the 97th Pennsylvania Farm Show. What makes this farm show unique and looks like we have record crowds, and what keeps people coming back, Secretary?
Well, agriculture is the number one industry in Pennsylvania, and the Pennsylvania Farm Show has been a tradition for many, many people throughout the years. This is the 97th, like you said, and last year we broke all attendance records, and this year is shaping up that we might break them again this year.
That's fantastic. I know I've been coming here since I've been a young boy growing up on the farm and still enjoy coming back. Now, the farm show recently received some international recognition. Can you tell us about the awards that were won?
Yeah, you're talking about today's agricultural exhibit. It's over on the other side of the food court, and we actually built a barn inside of this building, and in that barn we have cages the same as they would be in a modern agricultural barn. So we have chickens, we have turkeys, we have pigs and cattle, all just like they would be in a modern agricultural barn. And so we have 400,000 to 500,000 people come through here a day or during the course of the farm show. And those people can actually go through that exhibit and see how we raise our livestock and how we treat our animals. And it's great for educating the people that are not farmers, and it's just a good educational tool. And we won the award from the International Association of Fairs and Exhibits. That's an international award, and that's for telling the story of agriculture, educating the non-farm people.
And it was even great for me, a former farm boy, to bring me back to my roots and see some of the things that I hadn't seen before because we were a hog operation, but to see some of the other, some of the birds and things like that, and see what they're doing.
And there's also equipment outside there, and we have the prices on the equipment. So people are amazed to see that those combines cost $340,000, and the cost of the sprayers and all that equipment. So
it's a high-tech industry. Now, speaking about that, I know this year was something very important to me as we worked in the legislative session was the inheritance tax. And can you just give me your impression on what the inheritance tax legislation that was signed into law by the governor means for today's farmers?
That is huge for Pennsylvania agriculture. In the past, I'm a dairy farmer. I'm a farmer myself. And in the past, I've had friends that their parents had passed away, and they inherited the farms, and they've had to sell off part of the farm or all of the farm to pay the inheritance tax. So now, with the elimination of that inheritance tax, these younger generation people will be able to reinvest that money instead of paying the taxes, and making their farms more viable, more productive, and better for Pennsylvania agriculture.
Yeah, I've been hearing nothing but great positive reviews. They were so happy. They've been looking for this for a number of years, and we're glad that we finally could deliver on that. Let's switch gears and talk a little bit about some sportsman's issues. And we found some chronic wasting diseases in a captive deer herd in Adams County, and I think even another one in the northern part of the state. Talk to me about your department's role in that regard in chronic wasting disease.
Of course, the captive deer farms is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Agriculture. And October 6th, we had a deer die on a Pennsylvania deer farm, and it's the law that we test it. So we had our first positive October 6th. We've had one other positive from the same farm. There are 1,100 deer farms in Pennsylvania. We're second only to Texas. We have 23,000 head of deer on captive farms. When that happened, the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Environmental Protection, Department of Health, the Game Commission, and USDA Wildlife Services, we had a CWD response team ready to go. And October 7th, the day after we had the positive, we put that into effect. We have quarantined a lot of deer farms. Some of them have worked back off of quarantine, but we have it as much under control as we can. We were not the first. We were the 23rd state to have chronic wasting disease. So other states live with it and manage it, and that's what it's going to have to be for Pennsylvania from now on. I know that it's tough for the deer farmers, but it's just a fact of life. So,
in September, the Chem Sweep program reached a milestone when it disposed of its 2 millionth pound of pesticide. Can you talk about that program a little bit? Just give us the Reader's Digest version, I guess, of what that is in the department.
Yes, I was actually out there when they collected the 2 millionth pound. And as a farmer, I've used that in the past. A lot of times pesticides get discontinued, or they get outdated and you can't use them, but you can't really just dump them, and you don't want to do that. So this Chem Sweep program, which is run by the Department of Agriculture, they go around to different counties and collect the unused, unwanted pesticides. And that's it's been very good for the environment, very good for the farmers, because it gives them an opportunity to dispose of those pesticides in the right way. So
that's great. Many Pennsylvanians might not know too that the Department of Agriculture also oversees the handling of dogs and making sure that dogs are living in adequate conditions. Can you tell me a little bit about that department within your department?
Yes, in the corner of our booth here at the farm show, we have a dog law display, and we have a couple of dog wardens here every day with their dogs. The department oversees the commercial kennels. We inspect commercial kennels, and we also enforce the dangerous dog law. We also oversee the dog licensing for all the counties. The counties actually do sell the licenses, but we oversee the county operations.
And just to wrap it up a little bit, tell me what your vision is for the future of agriculture moving forward in Pennsylvania.
Well, I think that agriculture is alive and well in Pennsylvania. We are we're leading the nation in farmland preservation. We're fifth in dairy production. We're in the top 10 in so many different facets of agriculture that I can't even mention them all. But I think that we will continue to be a strong agricultural state in the future, and I think the future looks bright for any of our youth that are interested in entering any facet of agriculture.
Well, thank you, Secretary. I think that also the Farm Show plays a significant role. Today's farmer is more educated than ever before also, and I think the Farm Show plays a role in that also. So we want to thank you for your time here at the 97th Annual Pennsylvania Farm Show, and continued success with the Farm Show.